everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and I'm so glad to be here with you. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some unpopular opinions as it pertains to parenting. Let's get into it. Alright you guys, as I said and as you can see by that title below, we're going to be talking about some unpopular opinions as it pertains to parenting and motherhood. So the first unpopular opinion is that you should have your baby with you 100% of the time. I do not agree with this opinion whatsoever because yes, the baby didn't ask to be here, and yes, he or she is our responsibility. In this case, he is my responsibility or our responsibility, but we still, can have fun with our friends, our other family, and that kind of thing without our child around, especially when it comes to people who want to help and want to have him. For example, my in-laws, they like to have him spend the night with them sometimes, and they want to spend quality time with him. They can do that. How is he supposed to get to know other people and get to know how to be around other people if he's around us all the time? That's how I feel about that. The second opinion is piercing your baby's ears is a no-go. So little girls, I don't think I would care. I definitely wouldn't do it too early. I would probably wait until about 9 months or so, 9-10 months. The older the better, but not too late, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind piercing the baby's ears. As far as my baby boy, I don't really care for boys with ears piercing, with their ears pierced. And it's not a, sexuality thing. It's just, I don't know. It is a gender thing for me, but it's not like a sexuality thing. I don't think it makes him gay if he wears earrings. I just don't think it looks good on boys. That's just my opinion. The next opinion is more so geared towards moms, and that's the opinion that I would love to be pregnant again regardless of the sickness and the pain and all of that. No, that's not me. I thank God that I've said this multiple times, like I thank God that my pregnancy went smoothly. It went how it was supposed to, and it was a great pregnancy. By I guess the standards. There were no I didn't have gestational diabetes, I didn't have preeclampsia, I didn't, there was no emergency C-section, all those kind of things. None of that really happened. And it was a great pregnancy, but I still would not just say I want to be pregnant just for being pregnant. And that's what this opinion more so was geared towards when I was looking at opinions. These people or these moms, they just enjoy being pregnant just for the feel of being pregnant. And that's not my story at all. The next opinion is that babies grow up too fast and that their growth should slow down. That also is not my opinion. I am so glad that our son is growing up, getting older, he's hitting his milestones and everything like that. I've said this in a video before too, we have the videos, we have the pictures, and we have all the memories, but his growth can definitely keep going and maybe even happen a little faster, because I'm so ready for him to start crawling, start walking, start talking, all of that, start eating and feeding himself, eating, more solid foods, we don't have to mash it and puree it and that kind of stuff. I'm ready for all of that. This newborn stage and this dependent stage, it can move right along. It really can. The next opinion is to put baby cereal in the baby's bottle before 6 months or before that 5-month, 6-month mark, just to get a good night's sleep. I disagree with this. I don't approve of it. You do what you do, but for me and for our baby, that was a no-go, because I just wanted to make sure that we did things when the pediatrician recommended it, and that we did things that would be better for his health in the long run. I'm not saying that every baby that was fed cereal before 6 months is obese or, you know, not healthy and that kind of thing. That was just a concern of mine, and that was just like a lot of things that I read, like American foods and things like cereal formula and that kind of thing, that are meant for babies are not that good for the baby, and it can cause obesity and all that kind of stuff if you do it too soon. So giving cereals too soon or too much, I think it isn't for my baby, for lack of a better word. You know, it wouldn't be what we do. And that leads me into the next opinion. People who force their kids to stay at the table and finish all the food on their plate. I don't agree with that to an extent. When it comes to, I am full, I can't eat anymore, or I don't want anymore because I'm full and I'm finished eating, I would not force my child to continue sitting there and eat everything on his plate. Like, I don't see the productivity in that, and I don't see the good in that, because at the end of the day, again, I just want him to be healthy, I want him to be full, and I want him to, you know, not overeat, overindulge, or be greedy, or, you know, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to, I'm not eating because I don't like what's on my plate, no, you need to sit there and you need to eat it because it's good for you, or, you know, depending on what it is, of course, it's like, it's good for you, it's supposed to help with nourishment and all this kind of stuff, and that's all we have right now. You need to sit down, you need to eat, that kind of thing. I agree on that side, but to sit there and make them finish it when they're saying they're done, like, no, okay, get up, be done. If it's a lot left on this plate, we're gonna wrap it in some foil, put it in the fridge. If you get hungry later, this is what you're eating. Like that. The next opinion is older siblings are not babysitters for the younger children. Now listen, I think depending on the age, I will ask my, like, say for instance, if we had another child after Asa, and Asa is old enough, or like so much older to where he can watch the younger sibling, and we go do what we have to do, whether that's a date, whether that's go to the grocery store, whether that's get our hair done, whatever it is, I will ask him, like, hey, would you mind watching your brother, or would you mind watching your sister? If he's like, I don't want to, I don't know. I feel like we would have to have a discussion. Like, we really need you to do this in this moment because it would make things easier, you know, and that kind of thing. So do it. So like, we would just talk it out. I don't know how to say that. Like, I don't want to say I'm forcing him to, but I guess at the end of the day, it would be, because I'm trying to heavily persuade him to, and explain that is a necessary thing. But if it's like him going out with his friends versus staying home and watching his sibling, I wouldn't be like, no, you can't hang out with your friends because I need you to watch your sibling, unless it was something detrimental or like absolutely necessary, like we have to work and we don't have anyone else available to watch your sibling. You need to be here and we need you to be here, that kind of thing. But if there's, you know, their grandparents, okay, we'll go take them to Gma and Gpa and you can go be with your friends, that kind of thing. So yeah, that's another one of those I see both ways type of thing, because I definitely don't want to stop him from having friends and, you know, being able to live his life as well, because it's not the other child is not his responsibility, you know, that's our responsibility. But yeah, the next opinion, this is another one, and this kind of ties together. Your child deserves an explanation, not just for you to be like, because I said so. I agree, but I myself would have to figure out a way to do this productively, because in my mind, if I tell Asa to do something and he's like, why? I would try to develop a better sense of communication and say, well, I need you to do this because, you know, such and such and such, and why it's necessary. Now, if he doesn't agree with my logic and that kind of thing, that's where it's like, again, an oh well type of thing, and you have to do what I said because I need you to do it and I said so, you know. But also, I don't want to discourage him from expressing his opinions, critically thinking about situations, and actually being able to challenge in the sense of be opposite, like have an opposite opinion. So challenge what I'm saying or challenge what we're saying. I believe we'll give him the opportunity to challenge what we're saying, but in a respectful manner. And then we can talk about it. You know, that's really how I feel about that. But it just can't be rude and obnoxious with it and that kind of thing. And this kind of ties into it as well. Whipping your children is not good parenting. I think when it comes to discipline in general, whipping children like with a belt, with a hanger, with a broom, with a shoe, you know, with other objects, I don't want to do that. But I will admit, I will pop Asa, especially if it was something like he's about to touch a hot stove. No, I'm gonna pop his hand to get it away, because I would much rather hurt his hand with a pop rather than him burn his hand and have long-lasting effects. You know, I definitely don't believe in that letting them experience it to teach them type of thing. No, I'm going to tell them so that he can learn from me telling him. What we do to our kids, like imagine if someone did that to us. Like if we made a mistake and someone whipped us as adults every time we made a mistake, like how would that make you feel? But you know, we hit our kids because they misbehave or they you know, do something that they're not supposed to do, and I don't agree with that. And the last opinion that I'm going to say is the opinion that our financial support does not stop just because the child is an adult. This opinion, all of these opinions to me just have like two sides to them. If my child has a full-time job and is able to care for themselves, I have passed the hat and you no longer need my financial support. So I'm not going to just be like, hey, do you want me to pay a bill for you even though you have a full-time job? Unless it's like just a I love you gift. Here's $50. Put it towards your gas, put it towards food for the week, put it toward, you know, that kind of thing. Gifts, definitely. But do I think it's my responsibility to do that? Like give you an allowance when you're an adult and you have a job? Like, no, it's not my responsibility. If you're still living in my home and you are an adult, you're not searching to make ends meet on your own, we're gonna have to have a talk. You will probably get a, hey, have you found a job today? Hey, did you look for a job today? Hey, did you hear back from anyone today? Every single day. That kind of thing. So it's not like a free-for-all, I get to stay with mom and dad until I die, but we're not gonna just kick you out. We may talk and be like, hey, don't you think you want to do this? Or how come you don't want to do this? You know, just talk things out. A lot of these opinions would be us talking to our child, for the most part. But yeah, so those are my opinions on those unpopular opinions. Go ahead and leave your opinion for everything that I said down in the comments below. Or, you know, if there's one that stuck out to you, leave your opinion on that one down below. And I would love to interact with you about it, or, you know, just read your guys' opinions. And then also, if you thought this was a cool video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be sure to see you guys in the next video. Always remember, I love you. God loves you. You are loved. See you later.